Hey guys, so for this assignment, we're going to create different layers for each body part of the bumblebee or busy bee. First, we're going to make sure that every part is individually separate. If your two wings are not separated like mine, if it's like this, you can always break apart and then you'll be able to select each part. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to right click on the mouse, cut, and go to the timeline panel and you'll see the layer. The bee body will be only the body of the bee. And we'll create different layer and right click onto any space and paste in place. So now it looks like it's attached to the bee body, but it actually has different layer. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with the left wing. Cut, hit plus, right click, paste in place. If your antennas are attached to the bee body, we can break apart first. Click onto one antenna, create object, and now we can cut, create, paste in place. Same thing with the left one, cut, layer, paste in place. For the body part, we're going to create object so we can move it around just the body part. If you need to go back, you can always click Control Z, or if you use Mac, Command Z. All right, now we're going to make each layer into symbols. So the bee body, I'm going to right click, and on the drop down menus, you have convert layers to symbol. Click onto that, and I'm going to name it bee body. If your type is not in graphic, go ahead and change that. And we're going to click OK. Oh, it's already taken. B, just gonna make it B then. All right, and the second, this layer, it's the left antenna. So I'm going to do the same thing, convert layers to symbol, left antenna. Right antenna. Left wing. Right. Okay, so now what we can do is we can move around the pivot point. If we rotate, it rotates according to the center. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the center by just click and drag and give it a distance, reasonable or believable distance. And now it will pivot around there. So just like the real bee's wing, it will make a movement having this point as the spot. So go ahead and do that for the other wing as well. The antenna, same thing. All right, and now we have to kind of make a parent layer, meaning as the body is moving, you want to make sure that all the other parts are attached while making different movements. So what we're going to do is we're going to click onto this show parenting view. And we want to make sure that our other parts are connected to the bee body layer. So B body will be the parent, and the right wing, right antenna, left antenna will be the children layer. So simply we can click onto this square or rectangle, drag it to the B, and you can see that it's forming this sort of a web. Go ahead and do the rest, the left wing, right antenna, and left antenna. You will not be able to see any changes at the moment, but once we get to the animation part, as the B body moves, you'll see that all the other parts, although they're all in different layers, they're following the movement of the B. Okay, so once you have that, go ahead and take a screenshot of this whole thing up to the B and all the layers showing the parenting view. Okay, you can easily hide it by just click onto the icon that you just clicked on. Okay, all right, and next thing is we're going to make some flowers. So create another layer, and I'm going to name this flower. Okay, and for the flower one, I actually want you to make the ruler. Remember, we did this for the donut one. And if the bee is bothering you, you can select all the layers and just click onto the eye icon and make sure that you lock it so you don't move anything by accident. All right, so we're going to create the petals first. I'm going to make it blue with no stroke. Make sure you're on the right layer. Okay, so I'm gonna make this a little bigger for me to see it better. Just a really long oval. And once you are on the selection mode, you can see that there's an curve showing. So what you can do is you can kind of drag it in, click towards the end of the petal, and make this petal shape by just click and drag in. So this is my one petal. I can also resize it by click on Alt and Shift and move it diagonally. Okay. So after making this one petal, I'm going to copy and paste in place. So it's now overlapping. There are two petals actually. I'm going to modify, transform, scale, and rotate. And I'm going to make it 45 degree. Oh, hold on. Make sure that your point is in the center. So transform, scale, 45. There we go. Again, we can copy, paste, copy, oops, okay. So we have to make it layer. All right, so I'm going to create an object so they don't overlap. Transform, rotate, make an object, copy, paste in place, modify, transform, 45 degree. Make sure that it's in object mode. Copy. Paste in place. Modify. Transform. Same thing, right? Make sure that you're making it into an object. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that for the rest. All right, so you now have all 8 petals, right? And then you're going to make the inner part, any yellow you want to use. And then start in the center, Shift, Alt, make a circle. Oops, forgot to create an object. All right, so make sure you always check on what mode you're drawing. Okay, so I don't need this guide anymore. And I'm going to drag everything together and I'm going to combine everything. Okay, that's my flower. I can adjust the flower size. And if you want to copy, you can click on Alt key and then drag it out and you'll have another copy of flower. Okay, so same thing with the parts of the bee. We're going to create symbols out of this, but I want you guys to have 11 different flowers first. So this is flower number 1, and I'm going to create new layer, but I'm going to copy and paste onto the new layer, position it. Maybe I can make it bigger. Also, you can break apart and change the color of the flower. Change the color of the flower just by clicking onto the petals. Hold down the Shift key if you want to select more than one. You can change the colors. All right. And then do the same thing. So after you copy the flower, always make sure that you're creating a new layer and paste it. So click on the new layer, Command V, or you can even right click and paste. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more. Okay. So one more over here. And you can now go ahead and change the colors like I did for this one. Make sure that you always make it back to the object, all right? For the flower over here, we can break apart and make the color different. So I want you guys to go ahead and do that. Break apart. If you have selected something that you do not wish to select, you can always click onto the blank area and it will always deselect things, okay? Change the colors. You can make flowers in any colors you want. And all right, so I believe every flower is now an object. All right, so we're going to create symbols just like how we did. I actually want to make some flowers in different shapes, I mean different sizes. It's better to do it now so you don't have to come back and do this later on. So position them in ways that you want to position. Give some varieties. Okay, I think I like how it looks. Okay, so now the first layer, it's, let's see, convert layers to symbol. We're going to name it flower 1. Oh, flower 1 is already taken. Flower 1. Convert layers to symbol, flower 2. So now we're making every layer into symbol that we can control. 4. Okay, so if I turn on all parts of the bee, you'll see that my bee is right there behind the flowers. We can make it smaller, but you don't have to do it at the moment. So make sure that you're taking the photos of all the body parts of the bumblebee. Make sure that you turn on the parent mode and make sure that you have 11 flowers in different colors, okay? You can make this panel a little bigger by just dragging the timeline, and you can take a screenshot of this and upload it. So instead of taking just the bumblebee part, like I said earlier, let's just take screenshot of this whole thing, showing flower number 1 to 11, right wing, right antenna, left antenna, B, and the proof that you guys did the parenting view. Let's take it up to there, and we'll get into the motion part for the next one. All right. Okay, I'm going to actually screenshot this myself. All right.